Okay, let me see. Let's
All
go ahead and
right.
check.
Good morning, everyone. We are back with another Saturday morning live. We have moved over here to YouTube. I see the eyeball icon just popped out. Currently, we are at 0 views since we just opened up our live. I do want to apologize because I, Porcelain and Piggy, have caught not the plague but a cold, and thus you get this voice today. I will be coughing off mic now and then, so just an FYI, guys. And
Just an
Pee Wee's
FYI.
here.
Pee Wee's already here? Damn. Big shout outs to Pee
Wow.
Wee and Crystal Lexus for showing up to Toys of the Universe Torrance event last week, where I was hosting a Hot Wheels tournament. So far, I think it was called like Tomania, I think it was called. But it was super cool. It was super, super fun. Um, and I gotta say, I gave up, I gave away as more prizes than I thought I would. Especially Crystal Lexus card took me to the cleaners. We never expected that one tiny random car from 2023 to just go as far as it did, which was super fun to see. Pee Wee tried as his best as he could with his cars, but they were really sucky. So better luck next time. And since then, I have kind of modified my tier list so that uh, that Ferrari and the Pagani Zonda are no longer there. Now there's somebody else who have topped them. I went through a tournament yesterday evening here at home to test them, and those two places got replaced. Okay.
Ooh. You're like, I'm not going to pay out that many prices next time. Lesson learned.
See, and this people says that Crystal had a pretty good car. Yes,
She sure
indeed.
did. And I wasn't
Yeah.
able to join Max at Toy Mania. And I already saw that there's going to be a Toy Mania number two. It's because I had forgotten that I had a weekend flight scheduled. So we went to Idaho for the weekend. And one of the main things I did before I left and got on that
For the
plane,
Wacky Wicked. Uh-huh.
one of the
If you
first
guys don't
things
get the reference, just send me a DM
just like
later.
for yeah, we do watch Chris Broad from abroad in Japan. Shout out, such funs.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the first thing I did was I opened up my Google Maps and I put Sonic
But wait,
drive-ins.
wait, 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 wait. Before we do that,
Mhm.
before you
What?
do that, because that's gonna lead us into a big, big topic of the day. All
Oh.
right. It's gonna lead us to a big topic and a big gripe because we are upset. We are mad. We're upset.
We're
So
throwing
before that,
punches,
I want to do I do want to address a
throwing
couple
hands.
things about the Toymania 2 because I've already got the call. They already told me, "Hey, can you make it for December 11th Toymania 2? They're bringing it back. We're going to be a longer track, better track." So yes, I
Ooh.
will be there. Details still need to be kind of arranged, but at the moment, I'm planning on being there. So if you want to stop by, just keep on watching us. You'll see a lot more updates, and maybe our viewers would get a special pass. Just saying. But okay,
Ooh.
now that Toys of the Universe Toy Mania is wrapped up, let us hear what happened in Potato Land, Idaho.
Well, I was really disappointed. There was not many potatoes. Um, there is a potato museum, but we didn't get to stop by. And I was
Course it
hoping
is.
that like the place where we stayed would have like lots of potato thing stuff, but it was really classy and it was more like sheep related, which was pretty cool because it was really cute.
Okay.
But the first thing I did was okay, let me check if we're gonna go here in the season where the Furbies are migrating. You know, it's Furby migrating season. They're active in
Sure.
this
Sure.
winterish, fallish kind of time, just like the I don't know if you guys know about the gorilla bear, but those are pretty active in the springtime and they
Mhm.
like the coastal zones much more. But Furbies like the fall time, close to winter. You know, December is really the time where they roam the fields and the
They do.
clouds.
They do.
So I looked up all the Sonics nearby because Sonic is gonna have in their wacky pack. They're gonna have the new Furby spoons and plushies, and I really, 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 really wanted them. And I
Which
looked.
technically should be out now. Like if you go to Sonic's webpage, or better yet, to the Wacky Pack page, because it's a completely separate page from the Sonic independent one. I could not find a way to link it. You would see that there is a little promotional video showing
The
the
Furby
Furby the
spoons.
Furby things. And as a matter of fact, because we have the power of sharing screen, we can actually do this right now. So let's go ahead and do
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
So let
let's
me
see.
go ahead and share. I'll share my screen. Let's see. There we go.
Okay.
So
And
it's
this and
shared.
the link.
You have to move the thing. There we go. Cool, cool.
I
Yeah.
got
So
you.
this
I
is what we're
got
talking
you.
about, guys. See, again, being here is so much better. Go ahead,
Okay.
tell us your story about this wacky pack.
Okay, as you can see, the Wacky Pack is pretty doable. Like, it's only 10 items to collect. I'm like, that's not too much. It's not like the initial 90s Furbies that were like over 30 to collect. So for me, I was like, I want my Furby. You guys told me it's available in November. I'm going to like Idaho, the homeland of Sonic for some reason. Look at that. It's their ears wiggle. So sorry, I hadn't seen the video. So we went and I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Sonic galore. It's like I heard of Sonics, out in Idaho.
Mhm.
And we went and I visited my first one. And I was in the drive through because there's no walk ins in there. It's just like a little drive in. And I was like, hi, just wondering if you guys have the new Furby toys for the Wacky Pack. And the lady was like, I only understood Wacky Pack. I'm like, what about Furby?
Well, she
What
actually
toys?
said, "I understood wacky pack."
Yeah, and I was like, okay, what are the new toys for the Wacky Pack? And she's like, oh, back to school. I'm like, meh.
Back, it's November. When are people gonna go back to school? Like, why? They should be working on leaving school.
Exactly. Back to school already happened. It was like what, September and August?
Yeah. So this is pretty much the overall uh, setup right now. This is it, right? These are the Furbies that are going on, and they're by far those. It's just a generic little plush bag that it's printed on with the different colors, right? The different color, different face. So very low quality, but still cute. The spoons, I feel like are the big get here, and they're easy collectibles. There's three only. There's three
Another thing
spoons.
is like, yeah, yeah. Another thing is like, Furby doesn't come with a spoon this time around. He only comes with like a little pizza for his tongue. So I'm like,
You're
this is perfect for
right.
feeding your Furbies too. Like I collect the 2005 Furby, like the emotronic thingy Furbies. They brought spoons, and their spoons, each spoon is so expensive. So I'm like, oh my gosh, these spoons would be, yes, him, the beautiful baby. I'm like,
Grandpa.
yeah, I'm like, do not damage their beak when you feed them, because you still need to feed them now and then.
I know
You
it's
can
true,
use a nice spoon.
but unfortunately, these are becoming more and more like kind of maybe it's the timing because you didn't have any luck in Idaho, and I
Right.
tried to call the Sonics because Sonics are very far away from where we're at. So I actually tried to calling and I told them, hey, you know what? I'm in Long Beach right now. The closest one is 20 minutes away from me. Let's call. And they're like, no, we only have Transformers. And I'm like, come on. What is
Yeah,
going on?
at least they're closer to it, because Transformers was last month's one.
Right.
But
It was.
yeah. So I'm like, at least they were closer than the one where I was. That they only had like the back to school. So I began to look on Mercari because I was like, I want my Furby fix. It's an addiction. And so I was
Yeah.
looking through Mercari, and then I saw it. Somebody selling the entire set right out of the floor of Sonic. So if you go to Mercari and look for Furby, Sonic, Wacky Pack toys, or just Furby Sonic, you'll see them. They're like literally laying on the Sonic trays. And I was like, that's so shameless.
Better yet, you know what? Let's share this.
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
got it right here. I
Okay, okay,
got the
okay.
picture that you sent me. I got it. That's the power that we have today, everybody. Look at that. Look at that shameless. I
I was
hate
so
them. They're
sad.
literally at Sonic. Like this picture is taken inside the restaurant.
Yeah, and they were selling that bundle for $50 with like 7.99 shipping.
Dude, and by the way, okay, this is further proof that the US is supposed to get the tie-dye color Furby because these are the three colors: purple, orange, and the rainbow tie-dye thing.
I know, so I'm hoping. I am hoping because yeah, like I see that little by little it's popping up in other countries and
Mhm.
it's becoming more accessible, the little tie-dye one. So I'm hoping that when we get another physical Toys R Us, because Toys R Us said that they were coming back, that maybe then we will get the exclusive Toys R Us Furby. Because if it's exclusively only in Canada, I'm going back. I have a voucher from Air Canada,
Oh,
so I'm going back and getting my Furby.
and you know what? It's crazy because like I really wish that these things would be like kind of easier to find because if there's only three spoons, right, and we're only interested in the spoons at first, because there's only three, it's very easy to take one and say, I'm gonna get six spoons. I'm gonna open three of them, and the other one I'm gonna keep inside the bag because those bags, how cute are they?
No, I was thinking exactly the same thing. I'm like, yes, I need doubles of everything.
And honestly, when it comes to like uh, the Furby promotion, we have been very critical about, you know, how poorly this entire campaign has been for the Furby, which kind of sucks because it is a big deal in the world of toys, right?
Yeah, and if you
So,
see it in Latin America and in Europe, they're going full throttle, they're literally going
you know
like,
what? You can see it right now. We're
okay, okay,
sharing it
show, show.
right now. You have to activate it.
I am, I am. There you go. So
Look at that.
but what I'm seeing is also because Mexico recently got their very first Toys R Us. Their
Hmm.
first Toys R Us came at the same time as the Barbie movie and as Furby is being released. So I noticed that the majority of the videos that we're getting of like the Furby costume being out and about, come from Mexico's grand opening of their new Toys R Us.
Hmm.
So I'm
Yeah, and honest,
thinking Toys R
uh,
Us
uh,
is the place for Furby.
because dude, look at all those beautiful cardboard cutouts, the actual Furby giant toy. At some point, that needs to go on storage somewhere. And the fact that
In
there
my
is
house.
documented, we have documented the fact that it exists. 10 years from now, we're gonna be like, where is it? Where did it go? Like that one. It's so crazy. It's how beautiful they are.
These are these are the things that keep me up at night, guys. I don't think about like, oh my gosh, where will I do for retirement? I'll be like, oh my gosh, will I have enough money to find and buy that beautiful Furby in my retirement?
This is another example. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, the
Look how happy
baby
this person is. Just bouncing inside this giant Furby
to be
costume.
a Furby. Who wouldn't be happy?
That looks like a really well done costume, by the way. Because if you guys don't know, like the eyes actually blink too. Like you can blink in and out, which is kind of super nice. And the ears have different colors too. So I feel like, and
Yeah, they
you can see
light
my comment.
up.
My comment is, where is this at? So thank you to
I
Furby.
actually forward this story. I actually forward
Huh?
this story like this, yeah, to the Furby account. I told them, hey, where is this happening and when is it happening in LA? And they're just like, post, 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 ignore your comment.
Oh, No, so like, thank you to Furby Junkie for like the coverage, like because they have been the pretty much the link to all of these beautiful things that are happening in Latin America. This is the meme. See, this is the costume blinking. Oh my god, dude, this is so cool. And look at that jumpsuit. Don't you want that adult size jumpsuit? The one that the lady's wearing?
Yes.
See?
I think it
Dude.
might be an apron. Let me look again. Let me look closely.
It's a
It is a
jumpsuit.
jumpsuit.
It's a full-on jumpsuit with the
Nice.
orange shirt. By the way, if you guys don't know, this is a meme. It's
Oh.
Spanish. ¿Cuánto vale lo furby? Yeah.
I love it because there was
Yeah.
a child that like went to like a secondhand market or something. He's like, "Oh, how much are the Furbies?" And the lady said like, "Oh, like 600 something." And the kid, it was so expensive that the child just passed out.
Okay, where one thing
See,
about this is like this is Revient. So this is France.
hmm
Yeah, so like look at France is doing it right, dude.
they're like super well stocked. For us, our Target only has like 4 Furbies, and like 3 of them are
Barely.
purple.
Yeah, and not a single one of those is the rainbow Furby too, which is
No,
it's
it
gonna
make
be
it,
very difficult to get later on.
and it makes me sad because Furby. I live by the fact of this new marketing campaign that Furby is
Hmm.
your bestie, and Furby is my bestie. So I do want to take a moment to show you guys our Halloween costume together because
Hmm.
we didn't get a chance to do it last week. So I was a ghost. I was a ghost, and Furby right here next to me was also a ghost.
Oh no way! Furby was also a ghost.
Yes, we're spooking people around, and together we ghosted the live because we didn't show up.
That is hilarious. Let me see. I am going to share our podcast link right now. Share Instagram. Let's see. Let's send it over to Nor.
Let
Let's
me go
send it
ahead
over to
and
Snacks.
highlight. Highlighting Pee-wee's ghostly laugh and comment. Yeah, so in Idaho, I was a little concerned. I was like, I wonder what the toy scene is over there. Honestly, thrift stores are nice, well priced, well stocked. Did find like a Barbie, didn't pick her up, didn't need her. Found a couple of bears. It is bear territory, everybody. So there
Yeah.
are lots of cute bears. I did find one that like retails for about $80. I found it for $2.99, but I was like, it's kind of it was made out of like real animal fur, so I'm like it just goes against so much for me.
Uh
So I was
huh.
like, I can't pick it up, so I left him behind. Um, but I did find a small toy store that was called the Toy Store
Uh
in
huh.
Sun Valley, Idaho, and they were like up to date. Like here in my Targets, I can't find any of the Barbie movie dolls anymore, and even at the Mattel store, they didn't have any. But here they were well stocked. They had them. They were up to date with all their toys. I was like, this is good. And I found something that I've been replicating for every single one of my dials, and I've been like, I can only make checkers because chess pieces are so hard. So I found a cute little chess set, and it's
Ah,
magnetic, and it's like proportional to like my kaiju, so Cutezilla can play. And if I angle it right, my Barbies can play with it too.
that
And
that
it
reminds
brings
me.
all of it.
That reminds me. Toys of the Universe Torrance Totu told me that you should bring a booth next time. He is willing to have you there with me just to make a cute Zilla booth. Because it's like, hey, if your sister wants to sell cute Zillas, right? Tell her over the cute sell cute. You know how people are always asking you to make dresses for their Godzillas,
Yeah, so I
you
can sell
know?
Cutezilla dresses.
Yeah. He was interested about that. Just a sidebar, just a
I
sidebar.
think Cutezilla might just stop by for like, she'll have a little photo booth. Come take a
Ah.
photo with Cutezilla.
Another thing I'm planning on doing is like doing dioramas. Like I was inspired, by the gachapon or the gacha stores in Japan that actually have like preset dioramas where you can open your gacha, you can put it there, you can take a picture, right? And then I was thinking, I should really do that because, like Pee Wee yesterday posted a picture about the Willow and this display he has with this really cool two-headed monster I had never seen before. So I was like, yeah, I think like next time I'm gonna have just like dioramas for people to actually put their toys in, because I saw a lot of people selling my Marvel Legends, and they're just kind of like had them there, and it would be cool for them to have like the opportunity just to take a picture with them. So I was
You
just
know
like,
what would
yeah,
be
that's
fun?
cool.
Okay, I
What?
have a really good idea. If we make a tiny, like, collectible toy store for the toys to be shopping at,
There we
like a
go.
mini Totu.
But I gotta say, like, it needs to be a little bit higher because I there was one incident that was just funny to me. And it was just funny because the inner kid in me was literally dying. Like the inner kid in me was just yelling, kicking and screaming in fear because
Oh
while
no.
when I had finished setting up the track, I also set up a diorama. That's why I have these little like containers, etc. So people can actually take pictures of their cars. But it was really low. It was like on the table. So I remember like a lot of people came in and they look at it. Oh, look how nice! Oh, look how nice! Super nice. And then this parent came and he was holding a kid in one, and he had a little girl by the hand. And then this little girl looked at the car, grabbed one, and kept going, just like free toy, everybody. Like, hey, did you guys see this? It's like free. What? And I was like, the kid went around the actual display case, and I was like, how do I deal with this?
Well,
Luckily,
as long as I don't exit the store with the toy, a lot of kids do that. Like when they come into a store, they'll hold onto a toy, walk around with it, but they cannot exit the
yeah.
store with it. That's the main
Luckily,
thing.
our like as soon as he turn around, the dad came back and was like, no, 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 you put it here. So I was just like, if I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no,
do something fancy, it needs to be higher above the reach of kids. You know.
yeah, and usually parents are pretty good about it, or they might try to buy it from you because once a child bonds with it a little too long. Because that's what I do around the store. I find something to carry it around, it's like it's
Yeah.
mine.
And I do have cars that like I give away. I have things like for kids because I know sometimes the parents doesn't stop and doesn't do
Yeah,
anything.
but you're
And
like the terror.
yeah, the terror. I was just like, oh no.
Now, when you mentioned diorama, it gave me flashbacks of my Noah's Ark uh, diorama that I had to do for school. That I put all my best Polly Pockets and all my best animals in it, and I put it for display. I came back, everything stolen.
I know. I remember the first time you told that story, you were in tears.
Yeah, because it was so painful. I think it was the very first time I had shared it with like a group of folks.
And honestly, okay. And by the way, Pee Wee, Pee Wee illustrates something that we all know. Pee Wee says that he was that kid, and that he knew what he was doing. And yeah, a lot of kids know, and they know they can get away with it.
I know. So I've seen kids that once they have walked out of the store with a toy in the past and haven't been caught, they will do it again. Because I saw it happen at the Walmart in Crenshaw. There was a
Since this
child
is a
walking.
Walmart,
Yeah, it was a Walmart in Crenshaw. But
adults do that at Walmart. They're like, "Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
they
get caught the first time, but do it again."
self checkout. It means free.
PlayStation is the same price as a bundle of lettuce. Hell yeah!
Perfect.
I made that mistake, guys. Oh my god, I was just like, you guys have such a crazy deal. 99 cents for an Xbox?
Oopsie daisy. But yes, like yeah, so some parents will take the responsibility for it and they'll stop the kid right away because they've been like embarrassed by security in the past. And some parents will go the extra mile like this mom did, and she literally called security on her son. I saw this happen.
Legend.
I
Legend.
was making line, and she was like, okay, security, he doesn't want to let go of this toy and I'm not going to pay for it and he's not going to walk out of the store with it. And the security was like, okay, like, son, hand it over. And the kid was kind of resistant at first, but he's like, hand it over or else. And then he just didn't have to say anything else. And the child gave it back to security.
Legend. I wonder how that's going to be in the future. That's kind of crazy. Wow, that's awesome. I gotta
Yeah,
say that's a pretty hardcore move as a parent.
yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know.
so when are we gonna go to Sonic's and get these Furby spoons? And everybody, it's if you guys have these spoons and are willing to sell it for a regular price, let us know. I'm kidding.
And okay, if you guys, whatever, wherever city you live in, and you do have a Sonic nearby and the spoons are available, let me know. Let me know. I want to know if they're actually available like in this side of the US yet, like in California. Because sometimes it takes a while. I know like when they did the McDonald's 90s or like retro Happy Meal, I was so pumped because I'm like, Furby's back. I really want the Happy Meal box so it could be part of my paper Furby collection because I have a bunch of paper goods that are Furby. And yes. Um, so I was like, I want it. And I went. I didn't ask like a derp because I was just so excited. I had my husband buy me a Happy Meal through the drive through. We went for nothing else but the Happy Meal. And I was like, maybe we'll get two. I told him. But he's like, no, let's just get one for now. I'm like, okay. And we got one. And I'm glad we only got one because they gave me my little pony. I was like, I have nothing against you, Twilight Sparkle. I do like you and I do believe that friendship is magic. But honey, I need a Furby right now.
I mean, it gets pretty magical when it comes to the Furby boxes,
Pee Wee
right?
does have a question. He says, what are we doing today?
What do you mean in the podcast or like outside of the podcast? Like it's a very loaded question. So I would
Yeah.
love some more elaboration. By the way, in the meantime, while Pee Wee elaborates, let's go ahead and look at this.
Pee Wee's
Um,
inviting us to a play date.
I see.
But Pee
So
Wee, I am sick. I don't want to get you guys
where's
sick.
Troy? She's sick.
When I
You
heal,
know,
we'll go hunting. Because I know for a
I've
fact
been
that so far they don't have him yet. I'm waiting for like mid-November, and we will
yeah.
go.
I've been calling. I'm telling you, I've been calling. Right. So look at this.
I know. I have that bag. I have the bag. I don't have the Happy Meal box yet.
Look at this box, dude.
Yeah, I don't have the Happy Meal box yet, but there's two variations of the paper bag which I own.
With or
I'll
without
bring him out
grease.
next time. Without grease, brand new.
Why does Furby look so sassy? It's just like, ugh.
Because he is. He's like, I'm over it.
Yeah, it's like I'm over this. This is so simple. Any kid could solve this.
Yeah, it's his slaying face.
Yeah, it's so
But
funny how
because
they have so many
because
attitudes.
again, Furbies have failed to take my money. I have fallen into yet something else.
Dude, I had a big purchase this week too, and I
Me
was
too.
like, I I was happy about it. It took me by surprise. I did not expect it. So let's just go ahead and share it. So I was a
Let me
little
see.
bummed
I pressed
out.
something.
Oh, I don't know what it
Okay,
is.
wait.
I'm okay on my end. Oh, you're sharing something. I'm not sharing anything.
I know. I'm sharing a screen. Yeah, I
Oh,
put it
okay.
to share because this is what I bought.
Wait,
So
I'm not seeing.
the it's not just a sweater. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see the
Are you
I'm
able to
Knaf.
see it?
Yes, I can.
I'm enough. So he's up for pre-order. I think the pre-order ends on November 17, I
Oof.
believe. And
It's
so if
50
you
bucks.
want a better sculpt of Ken, because look at his face, it's so much better than the
Actually,
ones we
he
got from
looks
the
very
movie
good,
earlier. Yeah, he looks great. So I was like, okay, you
and the hoodie
handsome
looks
boy.
dope.
I'm like, you're coming home with me. So I pre-ordered him. He'll be here sometime in October of 2024.
Man, did you
But I really
pre-order it?
want it. Yeah, it's already been paid. It's
See,
over.
Pee Wee says that it looks really good, and also he was asking what year was that McDonald's Happy Meal was. That was definitely the 90s. You know,
Yes. There you go. We're back. We're back.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'll
So
bring them out next time. I'll bring them out because they're my faves. I love Furby paper goods. I'm in the hunt. I don't know if I should tell you because you guys might go buy them. Don't buy them. I
no,
want
no,
them.
don't lie. Don't tell him. Tell him. Stay secret. Stay secret for now.
Stay
You know.
secret.
By the okay, so a couple of things. So I received some really those shoes.
Yeah,
Bailey's like,
the
you're not
Ken.
highlighting the comments.
Sorry, I'm distracted. So the Ken shoes are boxing boots, I guess. That's what they
Okay.
mentioned in the thing. And they're hilarious because they look like the shoes that they made for Ken's like in the 90s as well. Because I have a pair of shoes, I'm like, these boots are poorly made. And then I see them here, I was like, oh, it's a choice.
So for us over here, by the way, that's great. And okay, since we're sharing Mattel creations, everyone. So earlier this year, they got me with this one beautiful red line raced BMW van. So I was just like, okay, got it. I'll buy it. But apparently, when it comes to Mattel Creations, you need to kind of buy a subscription, right?
Yeah.
For the whole
But,
thing.
but not for everything. Not for everything.
But for Hot Wheels, you do.
Oh.
And it was kind of a bummy thing, but I was just like, okay, fine, I'll get it because I really like this one and I really, really want it. And when I got it, it was totally worth it. So I was just like, okay, I can see it. I can see it. That's great. But there's going to be one, the Porsche, that I'm like, it's only for specific. It's only for those collectors who like pay the membership. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I have it. I was just like, dumb.
Clown makeup.
I put my clown nose and my clown makeup, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm a member.
It's only for the clowns. I'm glad I'm part of
It's
the
something
gang.
for the clowns, correct? So,
No, okay. I found myself in the same situation with Barbie. I was looking, I was like, should I get the membership? And I was scrolling down, I was like, no, the items that come with the membership are more expensive. And I'm not willing to make that commitment.
hmm. So for me, this week I got really sad news, right?
Hi.
So you know how you always have, you know how you always had this thing that you take for granted, and then you never really value it, or just you never realize how much it means to you until it's gone,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that kind of happened to me this week because, and you know about it already too, because I saw you liking the post. Uh, so apparently, Jeffrey's Comics, which is the comic book store in Torrance, where I live, um,
Mm-hmm.
who has been here since the 70s, right? It's closing down its doors.
What?
You like the post. I saw you like the post.
But I
Yes.
didn't read it.
Welcome to 2023, everybody.
Sometimes I
So,
just scroll.
yeah, so exactly. Pee Wee says Toys R Us, but we don't highlight comments in this podcast. So, so
I'm learning. I'm
I
learning.
I know.
I'm sorry.
So they're closing down, and you know what? Like for a while, when I work as a
As a chicken.
pretty much as a chicken, yes. When I worked at Chicken Maison as a cash register person, a cashier. There we go. I was blacking out on that term for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's you're a chicken.
Welcome to 2023, guys. So I was working as a cashier, and I was
Working
working
as a cat.
across the street. I was a cat.
He
I was
was
like,
just a cat.
so the point is that I was working a lot, and I was just like, I need a break. And my break was going to the comic book store, who was right there, literally just like 1 minute walk from my work in the same plaza. And I used to get, everybody knew me, $1 comic book every day I was there, because they had the
Wow.
dollar comic books back then. So we're just reprints of vintage comics. And every
Mhm.
day I worked, and and if I was having lunch that day, I had one of those. And everybody was like, "Hey, Max, what's up?" It was really cool. And then they moved, but then at the same time, I quit working there and moved up to bigger, better things. And I was just like, "Where is Jeffrey's Comics going to move to?"
Mhm.
And then I found out that the weed shop that was really close to my in-laws had
Uh-huh.
closed down and was going to be replaced by Jeffrey's Comics. It was
Again.
literally a walk away again. Every time I was at my in-laws, I could just sneak out, walk 5 minutes, and go look at comic books with the people I know. It was so good, you know. And fast forward a few years, I enjoyed it, kept going. I took my little nephew there, right? It was the first time my nephew went to a comic book shop. I took a kid to its first comic book. I felt
Oh,
comic book shop, and they bought him his first comic. It was so cool. And now it's closing down. So I
oh.
was just
They're
like,
not gonna relocate?
they're not going to relocate because that's the problem. The amount of money they make selling comic books and cards is just not enough to pay the rent. You know,
You know,
and I feel,
there's there's a business here in Burbank that's going through the same thing. It's called Teapop, and it's like mainly focused on selling iced teas, hot teas, and it makes such a good vibe. Like lots of people have even gotten married there. There's performances, and it's like a staple of the community. And they're having the same issue that they can't really, they haven't come to terms with the landlord, like some terms for like renewing the contract for this upcoming year. So as of now, they're closing indefinitely, and I'm like, no.
yeah. So if you guys want to support our local, you know, our local comic book shop and get some really good deals because since they're closing down, they're having 10, 20, 30% off different things. So it's kind of like an all things must go thing. They have bricks, which means or slabs, which are the graded comic books. So if you definitely are looking to get some comic books and kind of like help out, this is going to be essentially the last time that these comic books are available from this brick and mortar store. I'm sharing the screen right now too.
Yeah, sorry, I was fixing an issue. My dad mentioned that the YouTube link we had put led somebody to like some child's YouTube channel. So I was like, that's so weird because I got it directly from my page. So I just fixed that. Sorry, that's why I was distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry, sorry.
No, it's all
But
good.
yeah,
It's all good.
so
You're carrying the show.
this is Jeffries. Look at that. We're just taking a stroll back down memory lane. You know,
Hmm.
let me just go ahead and I close this down. Oh, they have even like a B-roll. This is their new location, by the way, and this is their old OG location. This is the person who started it, Jeffrey
Dude.
Senior. He created his own comic book character called Captain Greedy, right? And he's pretty much the face of this entire thing. And unfortunately, the entire comic book shop, which looks like this at the moment, this is how it looks like.
Mhm.
Uh, it's closing down, which is kind of sucky. I love this. That's Captain Greedy himself. And then they have this Sam Raimi Spider-Man in there. They always have great selection of comic books. They have amazing selection of cards too. That's the current owner. That's Jeffrey Senior, and he's the person who's been manning this and literally enduring doing this. Heidi Ho Comics is the other store that also kind of belongs to them, and I feel like they kind of expanded a little bit too much during the pandemic. Pandemic came,
Mm.
and it just kind of hurt them because they had two leases to worry about and no customers whatsoever because the shutdown. So it was just kind of really, really a bad timing. But there is still hope that in the future, this will also happen. There's the superhero landing. So again, I'll leave it here so you guys can actually see where they are right now. And if you guys want to go support them, right, give them a call, share some stories with them. They're taking stories at the moment on their Instagram, right? So definitely stop by, get some really good discounts. I'm gonna be there later on in the afternoon and see if there's anything that I need to pick up, right? And when it comes to comic book stores, that they have a back room. That there is storage items. That there's like this
Dead
treasure that
stock.
you want. Dead stock, correct. Especially DC Direct and the like. So, sorry guys. That's exactly what happened to me this time around. I went to a comic book shop and they had dead stock of DC Direct, um, DC Direct line, the Shazam line, the very much cartoony line. And I ended up picking, I know, Pee was like, I'm not crying.
I did highlight it. I did my job.
I saw that. I saw that. It's really sad.
And I have
So,
a question before you move on. Before you move on, I
yeah,
do
go
have
ahead.
a question. Are both locations closing? The one
Yes.
in Torrance and Santa Monica?
Um,
Are they gonna have a digital presence? Are they gonna do?
yes, they will have. They're going to try this thing called I think it's like pool Wednesday pool meetups or pool days, right? In which they're going to arrange um, people to come and get their comic books from their pool lists, right? At different places, and they're going to have like coffee and comics type of deal.
Oh, okay.
So like if you want to go get your comics, you can still get it from them, right? Maybe I'll talk to Jeffrey Senior so they could be in the pot, and it kind of gives a rundown of how that's going to work out. Uh, because yeah, like he's very accessible, and he does a lot of outreach for the community, which is kind of good. But yeah, so like if you're still getting your pool list, they'll still be getting the comic books, but in a much smaller capacity, I imagine. And they just arrange meetups at different places, coffee shops here and there, prearranged, and they go like, "Hey, can we have a reunion here today?" And they're like, "Sure, why not?" I know there's a lot of coffee shops around Torrance that kind of do that, so it lends itself to that, right?
I wonder if, like, at one point they might just partner up with one of the coffee shops, and that way they can kind of split the rent.
You know what? That's a possibility. That is a possibility because, like, well, when we visited Pee Wee and they took us to that really cool coffee shop,
Mm.
that was one establishment shared by multiple businesses. So that may be the future here, like Totu, right? My mom, when she visited Totu, was like, "He owns all these toys," and I'm like, "No, no, no. He pays the rent. He owns a few cabinets, but there's a lot of people who pay rent to sell their wares here." It's like, "Oh, okay, that's where it works." So this chapter may be closing, but a new one may be opening. We never know what's ahead. So we'll keep an eye on it, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah. So go see if you guys need any comic books, any like action figures like I did. Look at this.
Yes,
Look at this. This is Billy Baxton. An
it looks great.
I know. Billy Baxton. It's just a kid sculpt with looks like Captain Carrot, but in reality, it's called Hoppy, which apparently also has Shazam powers.
Of course, of course.
And the back in this dead stock, because again, they just went to a storage unit and they brought out all this stuff. They had all of these except the white version of the Mary Marvel and the blue. They just didn't have that. But I only wanted this, and I wanted Dr. Savannah because Pee-wee may appreciate this. He brings this tiny little worm called Mr. Mind, and look how tiny it is. This is like the tiniest villain in all of superhero. It's wild.
It's Polly Pocket sized.
It's so cool, and it has so much detail. It has like a little medallion, has a little antenna. So like, I love it. But the worst thing is that I was just like, oh, I can't wait to use it with my McFarlane classic Shazam. But then I realized they don't have one. They haven't released a classic Shazam. And I'm like,
He will soon. Just give him time. Just give him time. Like literally a few months ago, we're talking about Batman, the like '90s movie. They're like, oh, he should make a Poison Ivy. He should make this, and boom, he made it.
It's
so
true.
I'm sure, like next week, we'll be talking about his Shazam.
Yeah, I gotta say, you kind of willed that into existence. You said that, and I was just like, yeah, I know, it would be a great idea. Sure enough, boom.
Still a driver.
So again, great idea to go and kind of like hunt for this dead stock. You never know the treasures you're gonna find. Now,
And you'll be supporting a business and showing them some love before they close their brick and mortar doors. But
yeah,
kind of giving them that inspiration to keep pursuing their dream and selling comics to the community.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So it's a very cool thing that's happening in the sense of the clearance stuff. But I really wish that they would just stay. Like I love that store so much. It's my local
Yeah,
store.
and like there's something magical about going to a comic book shop.
There is.
There's just something. It's just something so nice. Like without you knowing it, when we were together at for like our dad's like Father's Day or birthday, I don't remember.
Huh?
We went to a local comic book shop. We went to the one in Culver City,
Mm-hmm.
and that was my husband's first time at a comic book shop.
No way.
It was his very first time, and he loved it.
No way. That's
He,
the comic bug.
The comic book, yes.
Uh-huh.
He totally
What?
loved it. He's like, I like the
What?
vibe. I like
Your
the thing.
husband had never been to a comic book shop?
No, that was his very first time, and he loved it. He was like, he's like, I've never been in a place where people talk about the stuff you know and the
Uh-huh.
things you watch. He's like, because we're really into Mando, and you guys were having like a conversation on it. He was able to kind of like understand everything, and he was like, he's like, I like this. He's like, I've never met this side of the world,
Society.
this side of society, yeah. And he's like, I like this. So when we came back out here to the valley, he's like, let's look for our local comic book shop.
Uh-huh.
So
And did
we're,
you guys I know there's one, Paper Heroes by you guys, right?
Paper Heroes does not carry comics anymore. They don't carry the weekly comics, but they do carry the paperbacks. They
Oh,
do
I see.
carry the paperbacks once it's completed. They mainly do board games, card games, and
Mhm.
if you just want to do like a duel and you want to just meet up with your friends, meet up at Paper Heroes. You can borrow a table and just play there. They're free
I,
of charge. There's no table fee.
yeah, that's exactly what the oh, free of charge. That's pretty cool. No,
Yeah.
yeah. So comic book shops. I remember that we went. And by the way, if you guys have any stories when it comes to like comic book shops, heartwarming stories, definitely share them with us because I have a few of them. Number one, we've been exposed to comic book shops since we were kids, like
Yeah, we would go to comic book
we
shops in El
kids.
Salvador.
Yeah, like there was only one comic book shop in El Salvador that I knew of, and my dad used to drive all the way up to that place and just we would look at stuff because everything was really expensive, but we at least buy one thing. So there was one story, and I think I've commented it in the podcast, but not never here in the YouTube scape. It's that I remember there was one time we went to this comic book shop that was by your old school, Santa Monica College,
Hmm.
right? And the name's escaping me now. And I remember that we went there because the comic book was essentially closed that day, but it was just like the day of Thanksgiving, right? And we were
Hmm.
looking through comic books. My dad when my dad goes to a comic book shop, he gets a stack. He gets a stack, and he just like he follows certain things, and he wants to just try it out. And I'm looking for very specific things. And I remember that my dad had bought a stack, and he was waiting for me to pick something, right? And I was just like, no, nothing. I can't find the thing I want. Like the one thing I want's not here. I was looking for X-Men Days of Future Past, and I remember that the store owner just went and started grabbing comic books. And he grabbed like 8 or 10, put them in a bag, and said, "Here." And then I was just like, "But I don't want." It's like, no, this is a gift.
Oh
It's just
wow.
like, it's a gift. Take them. And it was just like, and they were new comic books. They were not like
Mhm.
the free comic book day. Like this one, this is a free comic book day that they gave away for, or better yet, this is, yeah, it says literally says free in there,
Yeah, and they
right?
have like half of the comic is ads.
No, these are the ones that they're losing money by giving it to you, but they were gained a customer that day, which is really really cool. And again, there's just something heartwarming about them, and
Yeah, they're
I
very
feel like we need
welcoming.
more.
Yeah, like here I discovered Galaxy of Comics,
Hmm.
which is like near the Balboa area. They're
Hmm.
really nice. They have in-store cats that just like kind of chill. It's it's really it's really cute. They do have a pretty good selection, but it is one of the most visited locations in the valley when it comes to comics. So if you're not a regular or if you don't have like a pool for your comics there, it's not guaranteed that you're gonna get it. So for me, it was a little bit more of a drive. So I visited when I had meetings in that area, but it's not my go-to. My go-to is actually, I believe it's Earth 2 Comics or Red Earth Comics. I always get them
Uh-huh.
mixed up. But it's right here, um, very close. It's on Sherman Oaks,
Got
and
it.
I love that one. It's small, it's tiny, it's always really well stocked. So that's one
That's
of
a
the
good
things
thing.
that it's always well stocked, and every time I've gone, I've kind of found what I wanted. The only thing that is really hard to find because there's like a hidden Godzilla community here in the valley that ah they get. I couldn't find any of the Godzilla versus Power Ranger ones. They'll always sell out because they get a
Mhm.
limited amount. I was like, oh my gosh, why is it selling out so fast? But it's that I realized that when we went to go watch Kamen Rider, I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, they're
But
like
people
this.
get
This
so
is filling
excited.
up. And speaking of that, because I've been seeing you're sporting your allegiance in your forehead. That is a butt kicking little plate right there. It's probably heavier than the hat itself.
Actually, it's not heavy at all because
Yeah.
it's from here. Like some ASMR. It's actually like a backlight.
Huh?
It's from the 1994 Trendmasters Godzilla Force toys, and it's extremely light. And it has actually a location in the back to be clipped like as a badge. I don't know if you can
Hmm.
see it. So I put it here, but for stability and also for like the look, I added pins to my hat.
And Godzilla -1 is right around the corner.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So much was shown because we celebrated Godzilla Day yesterday. He turned a beautiful 69, and they did show some of the things that will be released for his 70th anniversary as well. We also got a inside look, sorry, throat. We did get an inside look of the new short because guess who is also celebrating something this year? That is
JJ.
Punch, punch, punch. Jet Jaguar is celebrating his 50th anniversary as well. And we got a special short, and it's magical.
And by the way, that costume that the guy was wearing,
I need it.
so good.
I saw the mask, and I was like, I need that mask. I'm just going to wear it around for life.
As a matter of fact, let's do something better. Let's go ahead and show the people this JJ mask because I think you sent me the video. Yeah, there you go. I
Oh
can
my
only
gosh, yes.
imagine. I can only imagine you in the crowd just going nuts.
The only
Being
time
the
you'll see me like passing out for something, you'll be me screaming to Jet Jaguar and just passing out in the crowd. Somebody
there,
take
I'm sharing it right now. Look at
me
that.
again.
And by the way,
Look at
these
that.
one of the things I like. This is Japan, obviously. This is probably outside a train station, right? And you can see that the people in the crowd are kids, right? Like they're little kids, and they're super excited. And
And if you
I've
see
been to
those
Japan.
sick little hats that they're wearing,
Oh, yeah, yeah, I have.
yeah, sorry, the cute little hats that they're wearing, they're Chibi Godzilla from Chibi
Uh,
Godzilla Rates
Oh
Again,
no
the
way!
online
That's so
series that
cute.
I've been
That's so
talking about
cute.
for. Yeah, I've been talking about this forever, and now that we have the power of sharing, I'm gonna choose like a cute little episode just so we can see some dumb parts of it
By the way, did
later
you
on.
see that? Did you see that? Did you see that guy kind of like showing off his Jet Jaguar toy as he passed by? Once it goes around, once the video goes around, you'll see it. But
Dude,
yeah,
I
I've
would.
been to Japan, and I gotta tell you guys, like, kids in Japan, they get excited for these things, like to the point that they are so insanely entertaining to watch. And the cool thing is that adults give them the space to kind of be excited and to have that moment for themselves and not just like you don't see this 60-year-old guy or 40-year-old going like it's like they kind of hang back so you're able to appreciate that like very very special moments for them. There's that guy just like I like Jet Jaguar toy. Yeah.
It's like I have it.
And like I love this mask. I love this entire like attire. His I like the fact that they kept the vintage. They don't try to re-engineer him because I feel like his design is very much timeless.
It's perfect. Like there is a re-engineered one. It's like the one from the Netflix series, where
Yeah,
he has like a huge upper body and all of that. That one's okay, but this is my favorite. And
yeah.
so they did. If you follow the Kaiju Kingdom, who was so nice to give us all these videos, and he literally covered everything, and he has like the most wholesome photo with Manila.
Look at that.
I know they gave us like a little sneaky peeky of how the video was made. I'm telling you, this guy is sharing gold at this point, and he does have a podcast and he does share more information about it because he gives us this little sneak peek of all the items that are coming up. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, Godzilla! He has a beautiful picture with Little and Manila. That I'm like, I'm jealous of this man because I'm like, I love the Godzilla brothers.
There you go. This is pretty much what's on your mind anytime something bad happens. Just remember that.
Yeah, that he's got your
JJ is
back.
there. He's got your
JJ's
back.
there to save the day.
You're gonna be okay. Let me go ahead and get a like right here.
Yeah. And they also went ahead and showed us that there's going to be a couple more figures coming up. Like we have that Manila figure that's going to be one of the anniversary
Is this an
figures that's
actual
going to be
toy?
up. Yes, that will be one of the figures that's going to be available. I don't know the scale yet. I haven't like done much of the research into it, but I know for sure we're going to get like a figure arts Jet Jaguar.
Okay, how cool would it be? Just brainstorming here to have a one-on-one size of this because he's Minya is like he can shrink down to the size of a kid, right?
Yes.
Imagine like when you have a house, you just have a Minya just like there for you to just like greet at the door every time you come inside your home.
I have a better one for you. So I've been learning how to make mascot suits. Completely random, but this is something I was like I want to learn how to make a a kaiju suit because I have my Godzilla mask and I'm like I want to make her a good tail. I do have my
Uh-huh.
claws, but I'm like what does it take to make a kaiju suit?
Yes.
Suit nation. What does it take to do it? And I'm learning a lot, and it's fairly easy to make Manila because of his lack of texture. So I
Oh, I
think
see.
once I have space and a garage to store him, I think
Oh,
I
I
can
see.
go ahead and dress up as Manila in full. Just be that's a life goal for me.
Japan rules absolutely. I'm telling you, when I came back, the one thing, the only thing I can think about is how the hell do I go back? You know. So there's a lot of really cool things right now. Oh my god. So are you gonna go watch Godzilla minus one? And if
Heck
so,
yeah.
where are you gonna do the IMAX?
It depends on
Or-
what theaters have it available because it's not going to be in all the theaters. It's going to be just a couple, available for like maybe a week in some specific theaters.
I gotta tell you that there's a lot of them in my neck of the woods. I'm looking at them right now. The only thing is that they have limited showings. They only have like
Yeah.
the one showing, but
Hmm.
it is pretty much everywhere around me
Oh, that's
is
good.
just limited showing. Like
Okay.
every theater, but there's only like one show per theater at 5 p.m. Some of them have some at 7 p.m. and that's about it. I think the
Yeah.
latest I'm seeing here is 8:30 and 8:45. There's one.
That's kind
So
of how it was for the Common Rider one because we only had like a short window and it was like one day. It was a Wednesday, at least for the theater that we wanted to go to. It was
mhm.
on a Wednesday at 8:30, the latest, and we're like, okay, like we have to make it work because it was like right after work. We had to rush there, so I had kind of prepped it. Like in my lunch break, I went to buy our dinner because I was like, we're
Mm.
gonna eat as we're driving there because we're gonna be hungry after work, but we can't miss Common Rider. So I think we're
Mhm.
gonna have to do like a similar scenario for Godzilla. But if there's more options, I want the full experience. Like when you play the pinball game that it shakes, I want that.
Oh, speaking of which, I need to take you guys to that place. I need to take you to that entire like this pizza place. Maybe when Pee Wee comes visit again, we'll go because this entire place is a pinball machine hall, right?
Mm,
It's a pizza place. It's like a kind of like artisan pizza place and a brewery at the same time. So it's very very good drinks, very good food, and they just happen to accumulate maybe like 10 pinball machines to the point that people go there and have tournaments of pinball. There's a league that they go with laptops and they set up stats and they're like, oh, we're gonna do prices today, and then they have like actual prices that are over $100, and I'm like, what the heck? And they have like the best pinball machine. They have the Scooby Doo one. They have the Godzilla one. It's so cool. They have a Deadpool one. It's pretty fun too.
yeah, there's a place near us too. It's actually a Korean barbecue location,
Mm.
and they have arcade pinball machines in the front. They have a lot of pinball machines. So you have some that are accessible to the public in the front, like to everybody, all ages.
Mhm.
As you're waiting, it's about six of them in the front, and then since if you're 21 and over, you can go ahead to go to the bar area where it's just like pinball heaven, and it's just
Really?
It's just pinballs all over, pinball machines all over the place.
Oh,
That's what they also have.
so they have pinball machines for adults and pinball machines for kids.
Pretty much, but like they have a rush one for in the waiting area, kiss one. We did the Deadpool one. We tried it. That one's one of my husband's pretty good at. I was playing the Godzilla one. We did try the Scooby Doo one. They have an Adams Family one. They have some
I haven't
really
seen the Adams
vintage
Family
and
one.
retro ones that are really cute. And this one too had like, they partner with this one website that pretty much keeps tracks of everybody's score. So if you sign up,
Yes, they do that here too.
yeah, so I'm signed up and I'm trying to get in that board.
Dude, people go hard. People go hard for that. It's insane.
They
So
do.
it could be
And you
hard
end
of
up
a.
spending so much money. Like we went there and I was like, $10 on pinball. We ended up spending like $60 on pinball.
Oh, I see. That's a lot.
I know because we like literally we got there when they opened like around 1 and we left like around 6 p.m. because you can get food and drinks and then it's so close to the house.
Dude, yes. Honestly, this morning we woke up. We went for a hike. We went to have breakfast, and then I'm like, "Damn it! I should have just gone pizza because we gotta limit the number of times we go out a day, right?" So I was just like, "Damn! Today's crown jewel for WWE. We should have just done pizza, but whatever." Anyhow, so we've been talking for about 20 minutes
And
extra.
no, not 20 minutes extra because we started late. We've been talking for about 1 minute extra. So we've been live
Okay.
for one
Wait,
hour,
wait.
1 minute, and 35
Let me
seconds.
let me show one thing up.
Okay,
Snacks, can you get me the bat ears? Snacks is getting bat ears
sleeping.
right now. Let me see.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering, did Snacks dress up for Halloween? For the Hallows Eve? Did you guys dress up for Halloween? Do you guys celebrate Halloween? And if you did, put it down in the comments. I know Pee Wee and Crystal dressed up. They had such sick vintage costumes. I loved it. I was like, oh man, those and it was like so like I know right now it's like so popular like those vintage ones because there's also like a series from Super 7 where they're making figures of the kids in those vintage costumes. So I thought it was just like perfect. Nice bad ears. Bugs, did Snacks dress up for Halloween? Does he celebrate Halloween?
No, guys, I actually designed them. You see, Halloween is a very big debut in Fashion Week for me.
Oh,
Pour
I see.
moi.
Because these are too big for you, Snacks.
They are. But you know what? I have bigger dreams than myself. Yes. Wear them. They're
Snacks.
beautiful. Yes.
Snacks,
Oh, yes.
are you a gypsy? What like this is I don't understand.
It's Eau du Couture.
Oh, do couture. Okay,
Yes.
got it. Let me give you the sunglasses right here.
No,
Okay,
they're
fine.
garbage.
So Snacks is upset because
Yes, they're. I'm not upset. Stop getting that garbage away from me.
no, I'm just trying to like.
Stop.
All right,
Now I'm naked.
so Snacks has a dilemma. Okay,
Okay.
because today while we were on a hike, I happened to find these.
Yes. Yes. Very beautiful piece
So
of trash.
these are Ray Bans, and they're legit Ray Bans that fold, and they're fully polarized, right?
Highly advanced garbage.
I
So
hope
Snacks is like that's garbage. Like, dude, this is like $170. Like,
Yes, it's very expensive garbage. It's derelict.
but and I said, you know what? I'm gonna give them as a present to my wife. And Snacks was like,
No, you can't just give your wife garbage. She hasn't earned it yet. She's not trash enough yet.
so
Can't give her something she hasn't earned, okay?
so
You can't.
with this reasoning, Snacks probably is like, you know what? Sell them, and with that money, buy the same thing and give it to her.
Well, sell them because you're not garbage enough for them yourself. You gotta sell the trash.
Well, the thing is, that they're too big.
You aren't the trash.
I mean, you designed these ears, and they work perfectly.
I designed them for another piece of garbage to buy for themselves to bring them mindless consumeristic joy. And you're not the
Snacks, can you
target
look
audience.
at Snacks? Can you look at the camera?
No,
Can you look at the camera?
no.
There you go. You look at the camera now.
Pee Wee
I,
supports trash.
I have a
No, I
lazy
think
eye.
Pee Wee, that's a basketball hoop.
What?
Nothing.
No,
just-
that's a trash can.
I knew it.
We love garbage.
Yeah. Speaking of garbage, So
Oh,
this
wait. I have a question. I have a question. Okay,
Yes.
snacks. But what about if you would have found those at a flea market for $1 for
Yeah,
your
but
this for the
yes.
spouse in question? Wouldn't she be
Yeah, but
excited to get him for such a deal?
no, because
no.
she's not trash enough to wear them. I don't think you
See,
What about they're
understand.
disinfected?
It's not
snacks
how
doesn't.
much you pay for the garbage in question. It's how much you are the garbage in question. Otherwise, there's a price to pay. You got to match them up. I'm getting taller.
Snacks.
Yes.
Can I show you something?
No.
Okay, fine. I'm not
Well,
gonna
I
show
mean,
you
you
anything.
could just do
No,
it.
no, no. You're just not want to. You don't want to right now. So I'm
You're
not.
wearing one of my finest design pieces
I know.
ever.
Well,
I put tears,
do this. Look how
sweat,
good they are. They are
my
not.
fur.
They're sturdy.
They're sturdy.
I
Yeah.
put parts of my body into that.
Okay. You know what? No, never mind this. Never mind this. Snacks. I don't know
What
what
do you
you
mean?
put.
You don't value my body.
I know because you know what? It's trash.
And you're exposing it right now, snacks. Cover up.
Honestly, yes, I am. I'm fully exposed.
Yeah. So what do you think, Snacks? What do you think about our new podcast? What do you think about this new setup we have right now?
I mean, it's nice.
It's nice, right? It's
It's
better,
nice.
right?
Yeah,
I know.
it's better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm. I guess I'm less comfortable being exposed because the camera quality is higher.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, but you know,
Your
it's
HD and HD looks like this is no longer just white. It's kind of like grayish because it's dirty.
yeah, but you know, it's time to bring the carpet cleaner in and just have it suck me.
Get away from your stuff.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. The end of the show, everybody. Welcome.
Because we got blocked.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like it's suction.
Yes, there's suction. That's exactly what it does.
It gives you a bath. It gives you a
wet
shower.
and it suctions and it throws suds on me.
Such absolutely.
Yeah.
But by the way, Snacks has a video on his Instagram
Yes.
where he's actually being cleaned by a carpet cleaner, and it's very effective.
I lost the rights to my my TikTok.
Oh, because okay, it was a TikTok. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Because the thing is that he used the car washer song.
I'm
And
gonna have to re-record everything like Taylor Swift.
Well, and by the way, I did try to get my wife the Taylor Swift album, the new one.
No, you
But
can't
then-
get her that. She's not trash enough.
But then I found out the freaking Taylor Swift had 4 different CDs. No, 4 different releases of the same CDs with just the one different song in each, and you're supposed to collect them all.
Yeah, she's a marketing genius. That's what she is.
I guess so. You're right.
Yeah.
Gotta
she is.
catch them all.
You gotta catch them all. Now it's just like, you know what? Army build the CD. Sure. Why not?
Honestly.
Oh, you know
if
what?
you were to build a figure inside of each of them. Like you could build
Oh,
like friendship bracelets inside of each of them. I don't know.
That's a thought. You know what? She should hire you.
Yep.
No, she could have gone like Exodia on it. You know, each CD has like a body part for herself. of
But like a
herself, you can put
poster,
it
right?
together.
Yeah, that would have been a thing.
A body part would make me feel weird.
It's really, you're like secretions everywhere and stuff.
I
Your
mean,
body parts are everywhere.
First off, secretions are very personal, and that was a very intimate part of my life where I was used, and I don't appreciate it.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, because this is a topic that we've addressed at length in our Instagram live, not on YouTube. Snacks was actually in Star Wars in the infamous episodes of The Mandalorian Season 2, where they were drinking secretions out of an unknown creature. Snacks was that
I
creature.
didn't really appreciate it. They told me they'd make me famous, but I feel used. I really feel used. Jack Black and Lizzo, you'll never be forgiven. I hate you. I hate you so much. I don't care if I cried at your concert, Lizzo. I don't care if you made me feel good things about myself. That was a very bad touch. I really didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that. I was shocked. I was shook. It wasn't consensual.
So yeah, but then at the same time, you're CGI. You're AI Snacks in there anyways.
I'm real.
Well, they don't need you anymore. That you signed up. You're
Stop.
like,
I don't want to be used.
okay. Let me show you guys something so we can stray away from this. Ow!
I did wait. Whoa, that was
Sharp.
I didn't. Sometimes I underestimate the power of my beak.
You do have a beak. Beaks hurt, Snacks. But I
Listen,
feel like honestly, your eyelashes hurt more than
hey,
you.
hey, Lo siento,
Okay.
lo siento,
All right. So
por favor.
okay, yeah, you are forgiven, Snacks. Don't worry. I treat you just. I treat. We're even.
Gracias.
There you go. Snacks is
Snacks, your
wild.
Spanish gotten so much better.
Gracias.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about? Because Snacks is kind of like.
Mi español es mejor de basura.
Well,
This
you
is a
wanted to
toy.
transition us into something. That's what I was wondering. I was like waiting for that transition. You're like,
Well, the transition is that I made a custom, and I really, really like it because I took this DCUC head and put it on this body that
uh-huh.
used to be a Batman body. Okay, bye,
Oh,
Snacks.
Bye. I need a bio break.
A,
Bye.
a what
A,
break?
a bio break.
fire
Bio.
break.
A bio
That means you
break.
need to go
Okay.
potty.
Yeah, I need a bio
Ah,
break.
bio breaks. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Miss HR over there, she can explain it to you. It's a bio break
Okay, fine.
for secretions.
Okay, fine. Go away.
Bye.
You asked for a further
Adios.
explanation. That was on you.
Adios.
Adios, Snacks. Snacks, everybody. So I made a custom, and if you guys, I don't know if you watched my video. Of course you did it. So in my video, I bought this figure, and the figure brings two head. This one and the broccoli Green Lantern head. So this is an official Green Lantern character, like that I just put in a McFarlane body. This is a Batman, kind of like, what if Batman was Green Lantern from the like, I think it's like black metal or darkness metal, whatever it is. And the thing is that I felt like, yeah, this is perfect for this body. So I bought the figure, and I was just like, oh, it's a cool figure. And I pulled on the neck or the head to remove it because they have interchangeable, interchangeable heads. And the freaking neck disintegrated. The plastic is so old already that it just got like,
Oh
and
my
all the pieces
god.
came out, and I was like, dude, I felt like I was in Mortal Kombat, just kind of like pulling the neck along with the entire spine. I was like, oh, no.
Finish him.
Yeah,
Fatality. It was
some
not
of
a
these
friendship
heads
or
suck,
a
guys.
babality.
So that makes me afraid for these because these are notoriously brittle. So I'm like,
Ooh, oh
hey,
no.
I know.
I think that the worst thing is that breaking a toy right after you open it. Nothing hurts more than that.
I remember, I will never forget. It was a Christmas where the Knights of the Zodiac, Caballero del Zodiaco, or Saint Seiya, right? They had released their first toys. I think it's like Bandai were the ones that released them, right? Uh, and I had gotten cancer, and not the illness, the actual
Toy.
zodiac sign cancer, who is also a character in the show. I need to make that clear. And then, so I got the character called Cancer, who represents this Cancer zodiac sign, and he has a crab armor, right? And I was just like, oh yeah, that's so cool, dude. And I have been waiting for it because I knew my aunt bought me that figure in November, so I've been waiting 2 months. And I remember I was putting the armor on, pow, 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 pow. And then I broke. I think I broke his arm. True, yeah.
Oh.
And then I remembered I cried that day. I cried. I cried. I was just like the day after Christmas, and I was crying. My mom fixed it, Obby, but it was just like that hurts, dude. That really does hurt. Especially when you know you can't get a replacement. Here now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get a replacement, send it back, get a new one, whatever. But back in the day,
You could not. Like in El Salvador, there's no return policy for any
that,
toys. When we
no
came
one
here,
for
they're like,
anything.
yeah, they're like, return policy. What's that? When we came here, I was like, there's such thing as a return policy. Like I felt like I was committing a crime going to a store trying to return something because it didn't fit. And then like,
You
yeah,
know what
sure,
is
no
true?
questions asked. I was like, oh, I like this.
No, you know what? You're right. Like when I never heard of anybody returning something to the store in El Salvador, you know?
Mhm.
it was a foreign concept to be sure.
But one of the things that we would do in El Salvador that brought me a lot of joy, and it doesn't happen here, um, but maybe in some parts of the US it might, and I'm sure in some countries it still does. When we go to the grocery store, when we go to the grocery store, and you go through the egg aisle, sometimes they had a deal that if you bought a carton of eggs, you'll get a free little chick because of the eggs that hatched along the way. And
Damn it.
that's how I got two little chicks, and they grew up to be beautiful hens.
Yes, I remember that. I remember those offers. They're like, hey, yeah, I get a carton of eggs. You get a free live
Chick.
animal. And then people
I,
were like, sure. I was just like,
she's
no.
like, we want chicken.
It's like kind of when you go to the fair and you win a goldfish, which it's really sad because
It
those
is
goldfish
very
all
sad.
die. Didn't
No,
wasn't
not
Zaki a fair gold? No, he was a wedding goldfish.
he was a baby shower goldfish. Somebody had purchased him to be a baby shower centerpiece, and for me, I was like, I need to save him. And that was my goldfish that I had for like almost 10 years, and he grew to be like the size of my forearm. And yeah, so I was like, as soon as I was heading home with that fish, I stopped by 99 and bought a bamboo because I didn't know better. And I was like, bamboo will produce oxygen for him and it'll clean
Uh-huh.
the dirty water. But then I was like, that's not enough. So I kept changing his water day to day to day to day.
It was an investment, dude.
It was like I still have a tank.
Yeah.
I'm still a fish parent because of Zaki, and that's okay. Like fish are so smart. They're so cute. Like there's a really good book about it too. Um, but we'll go into that later. This is not a fish podcast, but don't
I
get me
know. I
started.
was like a pet club.
I'm an aquarist.
Yeah, it's true. So, is there anything else we wanted to mention? I mean, we haven't even really talked about that much of toys, but we did talk about a lot of really
We
cool
didn't
things.
get to see this Target book. Come on.
Let's do
We have
it.
some time. Let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in. Come on. Come on.
Good. So good. So
Be-
Target Toy Book. Let's go. We can actually share a screen now.
because we mentioned it at the beginning, and I want to stay true to this because I continue to create that mental Crystal Alexis that will be disappointed if I don't stay on topic. And this was like the first thing we mentioned, and we tangent and danced away from it for a very long time. We're literally like 3 miles away from it right now, but right now we're
Oh yeah,
dashing
we are.
back into it.
So I am currently getting the Target book. Let me see.
Because we want to know what are the top toys this season.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys can hear, but my aquarium filter is going off because I do have some moss that got stuck in there right now. So while Max pulls that up, let me go unstuck the moss from my aquarium.
Yeah. So
BRB, it doesn't take very long.
I know it doesn't really have to travel at all. Let me see. 2023. Because okay, guys. So right now, if you go to Target and
All done.
you there you go. So and then when you go to Target and there are a stack of toy books that you can grab. They're completely free on every single one of your registers. So yeah, if you want it and you just need to get it, do it. You can ask if you want. Yeah, you can just definitely get them. Okay. So
Because
let's see.
there's something definitely therapeutic about owning the book and looking through it in your downtime, or like when you're having some of your coffee or your tea, just opening it up and looking. It's like, what is top toy this year? What is going to be hitting the shelves? What am I expecting to see in clearance once the winter holidays are over?
I know. Let me see. So I found the toy book.
Okay.
Right. I found the toy book. It's just I want to get the pictures. There we go. And
Okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on my cue.
get on the queue. Get on the queue. I was like, get on the queue.
Hey guys, I think I'm doing pretty good. I haven't coughed much this live, and I was really worried
Yeah.
because
You
I
really
was
have.
like, I was coughing up a lung before, and I was like, let me have some tea with a lot of honey, because the colas are not cutting it out right now.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Let's see, let's see.
And
Oh, and by the way, I am wearing my Godzilla shirt. I was gonna wear my Godzilla crew neck sweater, but decided against it because I really wanted to wear this hat.
so these are scans, by the way. So this is not like the digital version because there is no digital version apparently. So this is kind of depressing. I mean, you can always go to Target.com and like sort through the deals, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. Before they
It's
used to
not the
make a
same.
digital book. Yeah, before they used to have the digital book and the pages would like flip and you're like, oh, okay, it's still good.
Yeah.
And I have heard that there is also a Christmas book for Toys R Us. So if people have a Toys R Us nearby still, are you guys getting those books? Because I have one hidden inside my Macy's. I haven't gone to see if they have a book yet, but I will be hitting it up this weekend because I want to see what's top toy too. And
Yeah.
the Toys R Us inside Macy's usually have pretty good deals with clearance items because like they're literally forgotten in the basements of Macy's, and nobody really goes to Macy's for toys. They go to Macy's for like overpriced perfume.
Or like I did, bed sheets. Because my
What?
wife is just like, if you want bed sheets, that's where you go. And so far, I gotta tell you, top toys, top choices in bed sheets. That's for sure.
Ooh, adult choices.
Yeah, adult choices, right? And then you end up paying like triple what you think you would, but then when you get to the bed and like set them all up and you lay on them, you're like, yeah, this is different. This is better.
So this is what grown-up sheets feel like.
True, dude. Like it legit feels like that because, and again, I know that we're kind of like stalling, literally stalling as I am putting all these pages. Guys, you don't have no idea how difficult this is. Like you have no idea how many dumb
You
pages
scare
this
me.
thing is. But I am glad that there is a human being in this world who took the time. Thank you for the crazy coupon lady. Literally, that's the name of the website. Who took the chance to scan every single page of the toy book for 223, and it is because of the crazy coupon lady that we're going to be able to do this today. So thanks to her. Bless her soul.
Thank you, Crazy. Thank you, Crazy Coupon Lady. And I've actually used her website in the past when I was a couponer. You know, Porcelain Piggy has had a lot of lives, and I've done a lot of things.
Did you guys know that she also did potted planters at some point?
Yeah, I would make custom painted potted plants. And honestly, if you got one of my first ones, they had a Porcelain Piggy's face on it.
Those are pretty much vintage now, man.
Yeah, I try. I'm not afraid to like just try different things.
Try new ventures. So this would definitely qualify as a special episode since we missed last week. Okay,
I know, so we
let's
had to
do
do it a little longer. I'm sorry. I really
All
thought
right.
that we were gonna be able to
So
go live from
I'm gonna
anywhere.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip the baby toys because whatever.
Yeah, it's okay. We don't want the baby toys right now.
Okay, sharing my screen.
Okie dokie. Thank you for waiting, friends. Being nice and
There you
patient
go.
with
Boom.
us.
Done.
Add to stage. I clicked it right away.
I
Okay,
did
here it
it.
is. Yeah. Dude, you did a good job. You did a good job. Thank you, Crazy Coupon Lady, and thank you,
I'm
Max.
telling you,
I saw you
crazy coupon lady is
struggling.
coming through for and definitely leave the chat. If you have your own toy book and you're flipping through it, definitely let us know. Because again, there's just beautiful to have like this collage of toys that you don't have to go like, oh, that's the price of this, that's the price of that. It's fun just to look at it.
Yeah, and I always like how they separate them by like, oh, these are under $10. And by
Yeah.
the way, I'm constantly hunting for Rubik's cubes. My spouse is really good at solving them, and he's really good at sharing them. So every time we buy some, he gives them away. He gives them away like Halloween candy. So we used to have like 6 Rubik's cubes. We're down to just our speed cube, which doesn't leave the house because it's one of our most expensive cubes. And so I'm looking to buy some more because I know he's gonna give more away.
And honestly, like at some point, you just kind of like have them because a lot of people who do that, they just have a lot of them. They go like,
Mhm. And there's
yeah.
different types, and there's different types. Okay, let's look into
So
this. So you can never go wrong with a number 8 ball because they're
no,
hilarious.
no, I gotta say, if I'm looking at ranking my top toy from here, it would be the 8 ball. The 8 ball is as entertaining as your imagination, and you can essentially use it with anybody. You can use it in the car. You can use it in a restaurant. You can use it in like in school. You can use it anywhere for any situation. It is just fun.
Yeah, and the other thing about the 8 ball is like you can use it to kind of just make a fun day. They're like, okay, we're gonna make decisions based on the 8 ball. Always do safe questions to keep yourself safe and whoever you're doing that magical day with. But it's really fun to get that done. But I think I will give my number 1 spot to Uno because Uno builds friendships and enemies as well. Uno is great.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about Uno, and every time I see it in a location, I will play it.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can't say much about like everything else here. Like I know that plushies and if you're a kid, a plush can have a very special place in your heart. Like you and I have plushies that we've had since we were kids, and a piece of us will literally die if those will go missing. So it's just like definitely I get it. So Uno and the magical 8 ball gets there you go, that's it. And you know what? I've been wondering, like, I have a display case now. Why isn't Rex here? I'm gonna go pick him up.
You should. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ham is always with me, and I almost lost him in a San Francisco trip. I like died.
You just literally saw your life flash before your eyes. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
like
gonna sing the song because you're gonna cry.
do not make me cry. Do not make me cry. I'm
That's not,
already like all stuffed up. It's gonna just get worse.
so top toy, 8 ball and Uno. I
Yeah.
think good choices. Now for
Okay.
this one,
Ooh.
oh my god, let's see. I cannot tell you how much I dislike these.
Mhm.
Well, I think they're
Squishmallow.
like three POAs, head and hands, and that's it. Toys. I do not care for them. I don't like them, and I am not a fan of paper puzzles toys. Like,
Mm,
don't care for them. You know. So
okay.
from here, and I think I would have to go with the Nissan Skyline Lego set here for sure.
I'm gonna be transparent. I didn't like Squishmallows at first, but I have bought myself one Squishmallow, and that is a green gummy bear one that I keep in my office for moments of stress. So I think Squishmallows are always a good choice. They're cute. They're super soft, and they're a comfort critter. They're a comfort critter.
If I had a parrot, like a big parrot, like a wada or like a macaw or a African gray parrot, I would buy him the Target little the Target Rolly card. I would have
Okay,
gotten you a Velocipede. Just ask.
exactly. So I think it's pretty iconic that the Target little card, super cute. If I had
Mhm.
kids, totally would get it. If I had like a yay toddler size Manila, I would also get it. So it looked
Yeah,
like he's shopping at Target. But I don't, so I won't. And
yeah,
one of the things I don't understand is why is there a goddamn makeup bag in the under 25 toys?
that is true.
I
Because
don't
I
understand.
guess makeup is a toy too.
Makeup is a tool. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
like
a toy.
we're not against makeup and anybody. It's just
No,
I don't think
just look at my
makeup is
face.
a toy. You know, makeup is a makeup is in the same category as moisturizing cream and
No, I
shampoo.
put no. That's wrong. I put makeup in the same category as like watercolors and acrylic paint. That you can use it to like it's a way of like
I see
art
that.
self-expression, but I'm like I don't think it belongs in Christmas toys.
Okay, I see. I see. All right, cool. I mean, storybooks are good, but it's just like Target self branding is kind of like there's a certain limit to how much I'm going willing to tolerate. So I think top toy here we're gonna go with the Squishmallows because of their variety. Squishmallows are like the new pops, to be honest. Oh, I'm
Now
sorry.
I'm dying.
And then the Lego, even though I am not a big Lego fan, and this stems from the fact that when we were kids, Legos were virtually impossible for us to get because we were poor as hell. So we would not get Legos. Legos was that thing that you admire, and you saw all these displays with glass as water, and you're like, oh my god, look at all these cool things they can do, and I can't. Uh-oh, sorry. We might have to cut this short, everybody, because Porcelain Pig is having a cough attack. Well, in this case, these are okay. I gotta tell you guys, go get water. Go get water. Go. I'll hold down the fort over here, guys. Don't worry. So for here, I gotta tell you, like this giant, playhouse. As a kid, I realized, dude, when you get it, you are super excited because it's so big and it's just so surreal that you get this all to yourself. But in reality, you know that, especially here in the U.S., everything ends up in the curb in just in a matter of months. So I would not pick this as a top toy, right? And then after a while, it's a bit of a nuisance. It's just so big. Now I will go with the bee slabs. I've seen it, and I've been tempted to buy them because the little Erlenmeyer flask is so appealing, and it's just such an interactive toy. I would not mind having it.
I'm back.
Okay, I'm
Lost
glad
a
you're
little bit of
still
my
with us.
voice in that. I'm down with the house. The little house place.
I literally just said no to the house.
I like it. It's better than the Barbie house. Like the design, it's more realistic, and I think like calico critters can fit in it just right. Sorry, like I'm like recovering from dying.
Yeah, so you're talking about this one, right?
Yeah, I'm
The
talking about
FAO
the one on the
Schwartz
right.
LED. I wonder how big it is. You know,
Yeah,
it
that's one
could.
of the things.
I don't know. I like it. There are certain things that you can say, like it maybe had potential. A lot of this for the 6-inch figure photography, but I'm not sure. Now I gotta say, honorable mention for this clay spinning kit thing is pretty fun, dude.
It looks cute, but I don't think it's gonna work very well.
No. It's one of those things that you use once before for the novelty of it, and then you kind of get rid of it. You're like, it's fine.
Oh
Okay.
wait, what's the scan ability there? Oh, just to like shop for the toys. Okay.
Yeah. Every little which is very smart. Like if you want anything, you just scan it and it takes you to it. All right. So from here, I've seen these car holders that look like sharks, and I don't care for them. Let's see. I gotta commend Paw Patrol for going like above and beyond when it comes to their toy
Like
and saying,
going
I'm
GI
gonna make
Joe
a yeah, they're in the realm of GI Joe. Like I'm gonna make everything for it, and I don't care who.
Like we're gonna see them. Like people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, do you remember the GI Joe aircraft launcher?"
I know.
It's gonna be like the one from. I mean, the Paw Patrol one. It's gonna be just like the GI Joe one is now, because it's gonna be such a rare piece.
True, and honestly, sometimes if you fudge it enough, you can actually do some pretty interesting things. But I would say from here, what would you pick? I picked first last one. What would you pick this one?
Okay, from here, no brainer. Okay. I thought it was gonna be easy because when I said no brainer, I was looking at the Hot Wheels track
Yeah,
because it's easy to install in your kid's room. It doesn't take
yeah,
that much space. It's gonna be used in the wall. Endless hours of fun, and it has a support for the ramp that you can use later on when you're making other
yep.
tracks.
This little spider thing on the bottom. Yep.
Exactly.
That's it.
My eyes were on that.
Yes,
So I'm looking, for me at least, I know I'm going to be looking for that track in the thrift later because I want that spider support.
just that support system. Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, this attachment for the wall
Exactly. That attachment for the wall. I'm
that
like,
looks super
that's a
cool.
game changer for me because, like, living in the studio, sometimes, like, I'm like, I want a place to start my track because Max likes long racetracks. I love what we like to call in our house a dump track. A track that has lots of loop de loops and it's irrelevant. It makes no sense, but it's just for the joy of having a fun track.
Hmm.
Like last time I made my track go around my Christmas tree, but
That was epic.
I needed a high place for it to start, and that was a challenge. So I think for that reason, I will choose the Hot Wheel track to be top toy.
I think so. I think so too. Just for the utility, because I know this is for the monster truck, but I'm pretty sure if you're a little bit creative, you can actually fit it to the regular track too. You
But the
know?
monster truck track is just slightly wider, and that's pretty good because it gives you like a little like, a space for danger for your cars.
I
Uh,
never saw it that way. You're right, because it
it's,
gives you more like a bumpiness type of, it gives you that extra variable. Like if a car is able to stay straight in the middle, it was gonna have like if it has a good alignment, right, it's gonna succeed as opposed to just like fishtails all over the place and just hits the wall. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
exactly. So what made me almost doubt my pick was that bluey playset. It looks really nice, but again, it will be proportional to calico critters and maybe like the Gauzy band figures and other smalls that are about that size. So that's one of the reasons why I was like wavering on my choice. But
Hmm.
I think the more I thought about it, the Hot Wheels track is the like
Yeah,
no brainer.
yeah, because I think it's also modular. You can expand on whatever it is that you already have. The worst pick in here is this freaking little scooter combination with God forsaken unicorn. Oh my God, these hoverboards, as they were called, now they're being used to. Okay, you've been to a mall, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Those horses and dinosaurs, little carts that ride around and just are ridiculous. Ugh, this is that in your house. Can you believe it? How annoying it would be? No, never. God.
Yeah, no. I'm like just pay for it in the mall.
Yes, yes. There's no reason to bring
That here.
something that evil into your home. Okay. Okay.
Come on, come on. My wallet has had a partnership with them all year long, but go ahead. You can go ahead and choose what your top toy is because I know which one is
So I'm always. This is the most difficult for me. This is the most difficult page every year because do I want an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5? Yes. Yes, I do. I do want that. I do want that. Do I want an extra Nintendo Switch? Yes, I do. My wife plays one. I play one at the same time. Trust me, many times have I been like, yeah, we need another one. We need another one. With my wife, we're like, and she's like, yeah, we need another one. And I'm like, yeah, I do. We need another one. It's like, yeah, but is it the most accessible? No. So like, I know I can buy it because I have a freaking job. A kid would not be able to do that. So yes, the top toy is TNMNT 6 or 2. What was it like? 5 point figure, 5.8. Yeah, yeah, that's the
they
best
are
one.
top toy. I literally I'm obsessed. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the new baby pack because guess what? If they're able to, I don't know when the baby pack is pushing out, but I wish it comes out before Christmas because I want to do a cute little shoot of all the babies opening Christmas gifts.
Oh,
I want to give them the childhood they didn't have. I want to take care of them.
oh, by the way, this Christmas, I'm making a Hot Wheels Christmas tree. Everyone,
Oh, nice.
I am putting lights on inside the cars.
Ooh.
And on the windows. I'm just gonna shove it in. That's gonna be hilarious. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. The pink aisle is here. This is yours. So what you pick first? What's gonna be your thing?
First, I gotta say, let me see if my throat will let me. Bobby! That's usually
Here.
my shout.
Oh, the Barbie.
My yeah, I usually shout that when I see Barbie in the wild. My spouse knows that. I was like, "Oop, I lost her for at least 30 minutes." um, I think one of the things that okay, so I'm torn because I do like the vehicle, the Barbie car that is remote control.
Yeah, I feel like that anybody can get down with that.
I think that's the top toy because everything else, I know for a fact that I will see at the thrift store later on.
Yeah.
I do like the only at Target cheapy versions of the movie outfits, the pink inspired
Mm,
swimsuit
very
and
good.
the Ken. Mm-hmm. Then we also have the Target exclusive Target register. But like if you really want one, you can go ahead and buy it. Or if you just want it to be collapsible, you can
Hmm.
make one out of paper. I know my Froggy stuff is pretty much made in many stores, and just copy pasting printing. You can go ahead
Hmm.
and make a Target yourself. So I think
Yeah,
the no
yeah.
brainer here would be the car.
See, and the other thing is that these guys seem really big, but in reality, if once you look at them in the store, they're actually proportional to 6 inch, 7 inch figures. Like you just like so you can they get creative with a couple of these accessories. The Barbie short as heck isn't proportional, but this basket maybe. Like you can put it on the back there somewhere. It could definitely be a nice little prop. But I would say if I were to get something from here and not be disappointed, it would be the RC car.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's the collaboration of Barbie and Hot Wheels.
Yeah, and
If you
it's
see the remote control, if you can zoom in right there, there's a Hot Wheels logo right there.
yeah, you're right. It's true. I mean, totally not proportional to what that car actually is supposed to look like. But because if you think about it, Barbie's hair is almost gonna get eaten by this other wheel.
Yeah, it's proportional to how comical or like how
Yes.
unproportional they wanted it to make it for the film, because like a Barbie car is not supposed to be proportional to a real human.
Okay. So if you guys have any other have your picks, definitely let us know on the chat. Now here, next one. I
Okay,
would say there's a lot of weird things here. There are a lot of weird things around here.
let me
I feel
see.
this is the aisle. When I'm at Target, I usually just pass on by, swing, like don't even
And
stop.
that's because you're missing out. Miniverse has some really cute stuff. Miniverse has some really tiny aquariums that you can build. The mini brands, you can get all this delicious, cute food. And look at that, it has like a little kura. I think for me, I'll go with the mini brands and try to go for that delicious kura fish dessert. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. It has like a
Here,
little. On the left side,
this.
one more
Oh,
over.
this
Remember,
thing.
we tried it together.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. We did. You
So
know
those are
what?
perfect props.
I think I would go with this little like cactus. It just intrigued me. I just like the color. I feel like it could be a nice little piece too, because I've been actually wanting to have like plants or like ficuses to have in the corners, because corners when you have dioramas are really difficult to kind of blend in. So one easy way for you to kind of blend in a diorama, two diorama walls, is by putting somewhere in the middle, a lamp, a plant. So this looks like a really good, like big potted plant that people can have on the corner and hides that scene. So I think I will go with this just because I could use it for sure.
But and I think like for diorama plants, it's best to make them out of paper because you
Mm.
have so many choices. And if you go to YouTube, you'll find so many videos like you're already here. When we're done, go look for diorama or Barbie or paper plants to make. And you'll be making plants all goddamn day long because I did. I'm
Yeah.
telling you because I did. And it's so easy. And once you get the hang of it, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a botanist.
So all of these, I feel like LOL Surprise are just disgusting. I hate these dolls. I really do. My wife likes the Rainbow High dolls because I gotta admit their quality is much better. But my heart will always be for Monster High. I feel like they're very very creative, even though materials apparently are not that great. But I would get this Dracula in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think I will also go with Monster High because I do like it. They continue to push the envelope.
Yeah,
I don't hate the LOL Surprise. I think they're really cute. And I also like the Rainbow High because I like finding all their accessories at the thrift store and using them for my Barbies because they have fashions that are more inspired by like real clothes and real
yeah,
designer stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I like them. But I do appreciate a good Monster High.
yeah. Like I think it's a good Monster High is just really really good. Like this Egyptian doll, oh my god, it's so good. The designs are just there's nothing like it. Like if you look at the entire page, nothing like them. They stand out.
Yeah.
Now for this is like kids' toys. I left it here because I want to say this little like Wookiee thing is becoming popular and I do not like it. I'm afraid of it.
Nah, nah. I'm like, I haven't seen the show. I don't know what the time period of the show is, but like, if they're still younglings, that means like the Jedi temples are still up. I'm just waiting. I'm like, I don't think he made it out.
So a lot of this page just represents things that I'm afraid of. Like this troll movie, I just realized that there's a new troll movie, and I'm afraid of it. I don't like it. It just
Hi.
I'm like, it's gonna be a lot
No.
of pop songs. No,
Okay, like I
just
love troll
pop songs.
movies because troll movies are fun. They're like you vibe with them, you're singing along. I love it. And so for me, I'm not a fan of the troll toys. There were some troll toys that came out for I think the second movie or the first, and they were just giant babies. I thought those were super cute. They were recalled because of a weird placement of a button, a tickling button. That
Uh-huh.
was, yeah. So if you want to know more about that, you can Google that. And there's a weird placement of the button, so they were recalled. But then they were re-released without that thing, and then you can find them at 99s right now. I like them a lot because they're huge and they're reminiscent to me of like the 80s giant trolls
Hmm.
that you could buy. So I want those. I don't have a reason to buy them, and I don't. But they're really cute, and I do enjoy the movies. I do put in Spotify the track of the very first song, of the
Yeah.
very first movie because it's hilarious and it's cute.
So here I put this one because I want to know what you think about Bitsies. I
What's
don't.
a, what's a bitsy? Where are they?
It's like a Tamagotchi, but it has that light technology that it just kind of like shoots light, and it's kind of like a hologram. You know, that's what it is.
I think it's too big. I like a portable pet that is my Tamagotchi. I don't think they can compete
This.
with the brand new Tamagotchi watch that I am gonna get. I'm gonna be an adult at a meeting, and I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta feed my Tamagotchi. He's a little hungry. I
Tama
think he
tama
went
tama
to
tama tama Gucci. Whack,
the
whack,
Jibachi.
whack. So yeah, this clock, honestly, like you will look like a baller. Like if you walk around and you're like, "What's up?" Like
Yeah,
people are gonna be like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "It's a Tamagotchi,
they're like,
baby."
how many steps have you made? I'm like, I don't know how many steps I made, but I know how many like Tamagotchi money I made. I made a lot, and now I can afford the couch I want for my cutie bag.
So again, I feel like it's unanimous here. The Tamagotchi watch is underrated.
But
I want this.
I do. I do want to give a honorable mention to the fairy in the corner over there. If you can
This.
zoom in on that little fairy one, yes, those dolls are actually very well painted. The little pixie dolls, and
Hmm.
they have gone like the printing on their face is extremely cute. I love the tones of the pastel skin tones that they have picked for them. I'm telling it, they're adorable. If the Tamagotchi wasn't there, she would have been my pick.
Ooh, that's wild. So these are books. Books are always good, but I never buy them at Target. There's a lot of really better places to get books. You know,
Like the thrift store. The thrift
like
store
the
is a
thrift
great
store.
place. You can get books there, no problem. And I went somewhere recently. Oh yeah, there was this thrift store in Idaho where they have this challenge, and they're like, "Hey kids, if you're like under 12 or something, you can go get a book and take it to a register, and you'll get it for free because they want to encourage reading."
That's good.
Oh, yeah. And when you finish reading it, you come back and tell them, "Hey, I read this book," and you get a stamp. And if you read
It
four
works
books,
out.
you get a exactly. And they're like, if you read like four books or something, you get a free item from the thrift store. I was like, that's not bad.
That's really good. So in this case, I think I would go with. Oddly enough, I really do like this Ariel toy. Like it's really nice. It's kind of good to keep Ariel circulation. It's a good toy. But I would go with the Buzz because, dude, the moment this kid gets this Buzz toy and realizes that he can just, it's like a one to one. You know, like characters, and it's a one to one size. They're so the imagination is pretty much boundless. Having lived through that.
That's true. But I think I will go with the Disney Lego sets.
Well, if you want to pay $300, sure, go ahead and we'll go with that.
We're choosing top toy. We're not choosing which one I want back because I'm
You
broke.
know what? You know why this is called Disney 100? It's not because 100 years. It's because $100. I'm telling you,
No,
that's
but
I can see it. I can see
I
it.
think like if you're a big Lego fan, a big Disney fan, or even if you're just a big Disney fan, I think it's really fun to
You're a
have
big
your favorite
spender.
and a big spender. Okay, You gotta be honest. If you're a Disney fan, you're a big spender. Nothing's cheap.
Yeah, no, you know what? You're right. Disney just went up in price again. I think it's the second time in 1 year. That doesn't happen. Happens once usually. It's like the
Exactly.
rent. Jesus.
Yeah, so I think mine would be that. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm gonna be wearing while I'm opening my Christmas gifts?
The Ahsoka thing.
I'm gonna be going with my lightsabers, opening all my boxes.
Okay, in here, I gotta say, give me something. Get me this freaking this walker, this
Okay.
ATST, because that is one sure way to get me hooked into a property. Because Porcelain Piggy, you know me. You know me. As soon as I get something, I'm like, oh, you know what? I need to get something else that is to scale with that. And there's a
Mhm.
lot of these tiny ships now. And believe me, I've done my best to steer clear.
Oh my gosh, me too. I was so close to buying them, but I was because I do have the micro Star Wars sets from like back in the day. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, they need friends. Ahsoka's out there, Chopper's out there. You know, they have the ghost. So I'm still like on the fence. If I find them, I actually went out and I was like, okay, I'm decided I'm gonna buy one, and I couldn't find them anymore because there's some mini ones that are like gotcha. Like you know, it's a toss up of what you're gonna get, and they didn't have them anymore. I was like, I should have gotten them that day. The other thing that I haven't found anymore is the ooze. Remember the ooze that we
Yeah,
opened here?
yeah.
I can't find them anymore. I don't know if you
I
found them in
haven't
your
seen them.
pockets.
I haven't seen them, and I've been keeping my eye out on them too. I know that if they would have been there, I would have seen them. I haven't seen them at all.
Yeah, I've been looking for them because I'm like, I want the other two turtles now because
Yeah.
you know there's four, but I can't find them. I can't
So
find
we
them,
need to speed this up because I have to go watch Crown Jewel.
and I gotta go pay for my car registration.
So let's do it really quickly. I think here it goes without saying, I would pick this Hot Wheel track.
Yep, Rainbow Road. Bam, let's go.
It's hilarious, and you know what? If you get two of them, you can stack them up. I
And
love.
it has really good sound effects too.
Yeah, and just the curves. It just looks so fun.
Yeah, and that's really cute. And I think I know this one is a re-release because I have seen this in Mercari in the past.
Yeah, oh yeah. These guys are always kind of like on on the market for sure. Let's see. Oh, big shout out to also to Masters of the Universe. This thing's
Yeah,
always
I was
going
looking at
sale.
them too. And also, again, big shout out to Sonic figures because they're really well
Yeah,
made. They're cute.
they're well made. They're really
They're
good.
cartoon and like comic book accurate. So if you're really into them, I think, and if you have a child that's like super into them, dude, this is the time to get them those Sonic merch because it's
Yeah,
hard to find it
sure.
later on.
This Bowser is good. People were really raving about it because it's like a humidifier. But to me, it's just a little too wide, and it's like, all right, no, it's just kind of like for novelty. For this, I would go with this
Pokemon.
Pokemon set. Totally, these have been like
Addictions.
a brand new thing that we're into it. Like, and it's so cool. Like I bought two Mac mortars to make my custom perfect Mac mortar, and I was like, okay, this is a problem now.
It
Although
is. It's
big
not a
shout out to this
problem.
Batmobile looks interesting to me.
And honestly, big shout out to the TNMMT layer,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
big, pretty fun. Like if you have a kid that's into turtles right now, that would be like psh, the brain's gonna explode if you give them that. They're gonna be
To,
so happy.
to me, by the way, I always hated play sets that have just a static like character pieces already because they feel like it can never be modular. They can always be like, oh, this is the one scene you can recreate. But I do like this little sewer area that's with the little like the entrance to the subway. I think that's pretty cool. I wish it would be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but I think it's cute, and like you, even as a collector, you can kind of fudge it, you know, because they have like a porta potty in the background.
Yeah.
Lots of
And by
cute
the way,
stuff.
no Marvel Legends in this book, but McFarlane made it. It's right there.
Yeah, because he's under
Yeah.
25. He's under 25. You
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
like,
you're right. Yes, you're right. Marvel Legends are over 25.
mhm.
So for here, that's just because it's dumb and it's been catching up again. Beyblade later rip.
Yeah.
We were never Beyblade kids.
Beyblade. No, we were Yu-Gi-Oh
Beyblade.
kids.
Yeah.
We
But our
were Babe the Pig kids.
but our cousin Ray and Lou, they were Beyblade kids, and they've been enjoying the resurgence of people just like let it rip again. And we're like, okay, to the point that he's like, let's do it, let's get it. And I'm thinking,
Uh-huh.
for Christmas, I'm gonna give him Beyblades.
For Christmas, we're gonna let it rip.
We're gonna let it rip.
Oh my gosh! I just saw that Hot Wheels track. It's like the loops and infinity going downwards, and it has an elevator that brings you back up for endless, nonstop fun. Oh my gosh!
So for me, I would say, okay, I don't like these big cars. They're just too cumbersome. And this skate parks, I've seen them in the clearance aisle now. They're not, people don't want this skating things. So I would pick this thing with a giant pterodactyl that apparently you can launch a car to its mouth.
That's the one I was looking at too. Because
Hell yes.
you actually have bought something similar to like that super spinny one, the Epic Crash and Dash track set. So
Yep,
you
never
purchased
again.
something similar to it, and you couldn't quite figure it out, and things couldn't really crash and dash as well as they had been advertised. But I think this was the like that pterodactyl is it's just like a bonus because I was gonna buy it. I hadn't even seen it. I just saw the city. It has that little elevator. It brings the cars back up. I was like, I'm in already. And then they have pterodactyl. I was like, what else? What else can you ask for?
It's done. It's done. Yes. I just don't any of these gravity defying Hot Wheels. They don't work, guys. Anytime you have to go up, they do not work because these plungers that they give you, the
They're not
kit needs to
strong
be
enough.
super strong, and you're gonna you're gonna hurt your hand. You're also gonna damage the plunger over time because you really have to smack it, and then you're also gonna damage your cars, and you're gonna be disappointed half of the times because only only a few select cars can go through it the way you want it. So like what happens is that you're gonna start with trying your cars, the cars are gonna fall, they're gonna bend the axles, and they're not gonna be able to run. So these are trapped. The Epic Crash Dash no, they don't work.
And like the name tells you that they're there for crashing and kind of damaging the car.
I want this dumb dragon gun. This looks so stupid, and I am in love with it.
Yeah, I think my money here would go for Nerf. Anything Nerf, honestly, it's fine.
Yeah,
Nerf
and
and Nerf.
honestly, X Shot is dope. Like X Shot is literally the whole like, let's have fun. Let's just
Yeah.
throw things, darts, whatever. Like more darts. What's more fun than more darts? Oh, I don't know. More darts.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're never gonna run out of ammo with X shot.
Yeah.
That's where I have my machine gun, my
Your
dart
Gatling
gun.
gun.
Yeah, my Gatling gun. We got two.
Yeah. Oh, you
Because
got
it's-
two?
Yeah.
I got two. I got one only. I got one. Damn. Because your husband is that type of player. Your husband's like I am never gonna run out, so I'm always gonna win.
Yes. So you link the chains from the two into one,
I
and you're
know.
like endlessly, and then the other person is diligently just reloading. You're a team. That's what marriage is for. Somebody reloads the darts, while the other one aimlessly shoots.
So what do you get from here?
I get to save my money and move on to the next page.
You know what? I do the same thing. I always
See.
like the name Duplo. I don't know why.
I think it's cute. I think from here I'll just do like I always like the Lego just like create your own.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think I'll go with the classic pastels colors because I don't have any pastels Legos.
Yeah, those are hard to find every now and then, but when you can get a big deal on them on thrift stores, go for it. Why
I
is it
know.
that Lego is literally in every single page?
Because they're very good at marketing and they
They are.
expand on properties
They are.
and they spend a lot of their money in licenses.
This
Um,
thing of this wildflower bouquet looks gorgeous,
It
and I'm pretty
does.
sure it's really nice to like assemble, but it's probably like $200.
Yeah, for me, I do like those, so I would do that one for that section.
Yeah.
But then
I
the
can't.
if you are looking for something that will entertain children for hours, the marble set, just make sure they don't swallow it. But that is really fun. When I was
know-
when I was a teacher, that would be like the thing, and I would like. I'm like, you gotta sign out a marble. You gotta
know
write down your name.
You know what's ironic? That this is a Lego set of wildflowers. It literally costs you $0 to go out and cut these flowers and put them in a little area and just look at them. This is literally like Lego being brilliant. Like this a book, and an old VHS tape. You can get a VHS tape from the thrift store at any moment in
And
any
all the
time.
books you can also get them from the thrift store.
Okay, I always hated gross uh,
Oh,
board
yes.
games like poop. Like this one is literally a monkey flinging poop.
That's gross.
Don't you want that? Don't you
No.
love monkeys?
First of all, I don't like monkeys. Second of all, I I'm not a fan of playing with feces.
I'm not a fan of playing with poop. Totally. So like all of these are no, and to me there is no alternative version of Monopoly unless there is Furby Monopoly that I would play.
Hmm. So for me, I think I'll do headbands, but then there's a digital version of headbands at
Yeah.
this point that is better. Um, where is this year's Christmas bear?
I
Foul
I don't
Schwartz.
know, but FAO Schwartz has literally selling you a fan.
They're like, here, have. No, they're just telling you the little igloo. You have to buy yourself that fan from Home
No, FAO
Depot's.
Schwartz, you're going broke for a reason. No.
It's so sad. No, I like their every year they have like a teddy bear that they bring out, and they're really cute. Last year's was adorable and gold. I'm still waiting for it to pop out at the thrift stores because no way I'm paying like $30 for it.
That's why you're part of the problem.
Yeah, yeah, I like the problems. Also we have the these brands over here. We had the, can you zoom in real quick? The naturalistas are really cute. The body shape of the naturalistas, like their clothing, does fit the petite Barbies, but I will go with the Latina fashion doll that are based upon the previous um African American dolls that they had as well. I forgot their name, but those the hips of the dolls are wide enough for the clothes to fit the curvy Barbies.
Gotcha. I would go with the. I always like the naturalistas because I feel like their hair looks so much like they achieved the texture, the shape, right, and the overall look that Barbie is trying to do, but this guy's already got it down. Like
And
I feel,
honestly, the texture of the hair of the Naturalistas is so soft.
yeah.
I think I will change my vote to Naturalistas because these Latina fashion dolls, I hate the clothing for them. I
Oh
did
yeah.
like, the other ones were the fresh dolls. The fresh dolls. Those were the ones I liked. But they didn't make it out this year. So we're going to go with the Naturalistas because the fresh dolls did have beautiful clothes. I know they do. I think they moved their brand mainly to Walmart.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, let's move on.
And this is just that is the last page.
Last page, I'm gonna go with the Disney Illy dolls that are about like the what 12-inch dolls because they're fashion dolls and they're cute and they have beautiful clothes, but they're expensive as a lot. They're very
I am
expensive.
going to save my money and I'm not going to buy anything from here.
Oh,
So that is pretty much
yeah.
it. We did it. Oh my god, I can't believe you made me do
We did 2 hours. Thank you guys for the two people that stayed with us.
that. You
I
guys
know
are the
we
OGs.
rambled. We rambled. I died a little bit, but I'm back to life. Ricola, shout out. Thank you for restoring my throat in like
Oh my god,
so
dude,
little
that was a.
time.
But that's honestly because you and I had just so many more things to talk about
Because we
because we
missed the
missed
Saturday.
on Saturday. So now we make up for it with having a legendary, like almost 2 hour podcast. And I
Yeah.
feel like we need to do these every now and then in order to kind of build that, audience. So we're good. Next
Yeah,
time.
and Pee Wee's still here. Oh my god. And
I
he also
know,
liked the
dude.
truck.
Like,
And he also did the toot sound. Sorry, I was in full screen because I wanted to look at the pictures of the toys.
dude, honestly, let's let it rip. This is how
Okay,
this
we
is
can
this devolved into this. So, by the way, I will make it happen. I
I will
will
make
buy
it rip
Beyblades.
for real.
I will buy Beyblades, and I will fight against my cousins this Christmas. It's gonna be the Christmas activity. We're gonna
I
play
think so.
trompo.
All right. So if
Okay.
you guys stuck around, thank you so much. And go ahead and put your picks for this year's Target Christmas book in the chat because I
And
do want
remember,
to see what are some of the things you're interested about.
before you buy a Lego set, just call me because I will tell you whether or not you can get it in real life for cheap. Okay. Like
So my
wildflowers,
husband,
I'll give them to you. Don't worry about it.
he'll go pick a bouquet for you. He's like, I'll go to
Yes,
my local park and pick them
yes,
for you.
yes.
So thanks again for watching, guys, and sticking around with us as we rambled. I slowly died for a little bit, but I am back.
We
And
did
as we
it.
look, yes, we did it. We made up. Like we made up one entire hour. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Go enjoy your Saturday. Go hunting. Go thrifting. Go do whatever you need to do. Have a great time, and we will see you again next Saturday, same time, promises. I will not ghost you this time. I took my costume off. Um, we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you guys.